Niko Brown here from COCO JONES podcast, and I'm here to talk about the glow up. Today, our second topic, part 2, since it's been so long, and I am so sorry, guys, is about the artistry of Miss COCO Jones.
And the Grammy goes to ICU COCO Jones!
So, today, let's talk about it. Her beginnings were very humble. She was not a over-the-top type of chick. She, went to school like any regular person.
My realest self is when I'm just at home with my family. That's just any version of me I want to be, Quiet, boring,
You're boring.
I can be.
However, she was very destined to be in this arena. She started off doing acting classes, singing, dancing. As a young girl, her summer break, she would go out of town to LA or to different cities to, audition. And that was her, I loved how she mentioned it in an interview about this specifically. And she was talking about how every time she would go off to the summer, as any young teenager or young adolescent would do, we would just feel like, we're going to be on the stars and, in the TV screen.
I think as a kid, I was so naive about how it works. Like, I just sing and then they get it and I'm a star. And next thing you know, I'm Hannah Montana, and with more time, I was just like, that's how it's going to keep being, more success, little jobs and everything. And I didn't know that there were silent periods because I would just go to school. So it didn't hit me until adulthood that they do not care about me 24/7.
Being the same person in that situation of loving a good competition, I can totally relate. With her auditioning and her singing and her classes and her skirting off to LA and multiple grand places to have these amazing auditions and things to do and to try and get up there on the, the industry ladder. She landed a job with Disney and she was with them for about 2 years on a TV show called Random.
It's about having fun, not about looking cool.
Again, the show was amazing. I think we spoke about this in part 1. In that time, she was also making music, and I was not aware of this. Surprise! So she made an album. Well, it wasn't like an album, it was an EP. So I think it was 1 or 2 songs, maybe. Again, she made some songs. Okay, and it was during that period that she was working on that show. She made another one in about 2012, so I believe it was closer to the end of the season, the last season that she was on that show, where she made another album or another EP or a set of songs reflected that time of her life. Because, I think when you are doing multiple things, when you're in the industry, you kind of want one to look close to the other, right? So singing and acting, her singing career looked, again, more commercial.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Gather all around, you don't wanna miss this show. If you don't know, it's about to get serious. I miss Roxy experience.
So she was on the commercial pop side until about 2019, and she came out with this 4-track EP, and it was pretty cute. I actually just listened to it again the other day, and I've always loved the grittiness and the deep tones, and honestly, her voice is pretty great.
I can slow you down, people taking the easy way, but I know exactly where I'm going. I'm getting closer every day.
It's not a whisper voice, but it's also not Whitney Houston. It has a mixture of Toni Braxton and, who can I say she sounds like? 'Cause she doesn't sound like anybody. She has her own thing, but just as an opinion and an outside critic looking in with positive vibes, I feel like, again, she resembles her voice resembles Toni Braxton, and, who else? Here we go. I don't know. I think she just is in her own lane, and that's the reason why I actually fell in love with her. I love Toni Braxton, so I feel like, yes, her voice does resemble Toni Braxton. There has been a lot of instances in this industry, whether you be black, white, yellow, or purple, they try to replace you when you get older. And I feel like there's nothing really that's gonna replace Toni Braxton, but just a similarity of, you know, what's next, and that baritone voice who can take over, who can, you know, I think I would love to see Miss Toni Braxton pass her the baton if she's willing to. If she's not, I would actually love to see a collaboration. So let's do it, girls. We're calling all phones, all the lines. Toni Braxton and COCO Jones, get on the song. Okay, moving on. The 4-song EP was called Let Me Check, and I feel like this was a moment in her life where she was able to be an adult or be I don't really know what exact age she was, seeing as though she's came from honestly like 10 years old to 24, 25 right now, and just been busy since, you know. But she was closer to 18, getting her, you know, womanhood on, adulthood going, and I don't know, that's honestly where I fell in love with her voice, right around COVID. And a lot of these music artists that I love today are very soulful and neo-soul, and that's always been my vibe. And we're gonna talk about different artists and different genres on this segment. Of course, I just wanna get my favorites out, so bear with me, okay guys? Back to Miss COCO Jones in her I'm Doing Me era, I'm Growing Up era. That transitioned into her meeting a young man named Terrell. This man is a singer, okay? Responsibilities. And I don't know how their friendship developed. I want to hear that story. I hope that they come out with that. Know what they did? They spoke about it just a little bit though, and she was a special guest on the Terrell show when he was doing more of the singing and not the I know you fucking lying.
She tweeted what happened to COCO Jones. Remember? And that led to everything. That led to me being on your show.
Yes.
Me being my acting manager. Like, I'm telling you, like, that was another one of those moments where I was like, I guess I'm staying, okay?
Yes.
Literally, that tweet.
So when you came on my show, you can say like a week before or a month before, you were in a really bad spot.
I came on your show around August.
Yes.
That tweet came out in like July.
Yeah.
And I had made the music, the YouTube video and everything right on after that. So I would probably say maybe a couple months before I went on your show, I was like, maybe it's one of them times. Cash on in the chips.
I remember COCO and I had so many conversations post my show, during Tea and Coco and beyond, about the next move, about hunger and staying driven to do this. We were either on 4-hour FaceTime phone calls or eating crab legs and ramen, whatever it was, talking about this city is very weird. It can really do something to you that makes you feel like maybe you're not enough.
Yeah.
Or that you're not deserving, or that you're just not working hard enough. We had some conversations, and that's why I'm so proud of you, because you would ask me for advice and ask everybody for advice, and you internalized it and actually went up there and got that back.
Yeah, I will say you did inspire me a lot because you're such a CEO, and you know I'm employee. And I was like, gosh, I need to tap into my CEO bag because you have so much creative control and you have so much that's yours.
Go check that out. I think you guys would actually really enjoy her perspective on how she is able to be a superstar and be in a grand position and still hold tight to the type of person that she really is and not change for anybody in the industry. And I think when she came out with those couple of projects in her from adolescent to womanhood phase and period and era, these are moments for her that we were able to, witness that changed her from, again, girl from Disney to woman in such a seamless way. And that is very, very hard to watch. Sometimes it's very cringe because it's, Miley Cyrus is a great example of that. I am so glad that period of time for her is over. But COCO Jones made that transition very seamless for us. We're able to relate to her music, and I think now with the whole ICU era and, the sweep it up. She's won platinum Grammy records. The girl is girling. The girl is doing what she is supposed to do. And she is so deserving in this moment of her life, because I feel like you work hard and you stay consistent. And she struck when the iron was hot. And when the iron is hot is you have this 5 to 10 year window where nobody gives a fuck about you. And then boom, all of a sudden someone does. And it is because you have put in so much work and people have been watching you this entire time. And so this is what I want to give to her, is her praise and her, her flowers, because I think at the end of the day, we are going to go and see more of Miss COCO Jones, because she has given consistency. And she is going to go places that I feel like not a lot of people are still not expecting from her, but I am. So great talking about you, Miss COCO Jones, today. I wish you the best in your musical and actress endeavors. And till next time, this is The Glow Up with Niko Brown from Culture Couture Podcast. Mwah.